to the Lakers, huh?
Yeah, it looks like the series is over.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter, and as we saw today with how well the Heat played, it doesn't matter how well the Heat will play. The Lakers are just too much firepower with
Had an
AD.
answer for everything.
Exactly.
And just, yeah, we can get into AD. 32 points, 14 rebounds. He went 15 of 20 from the field. 1 for 1 from three. Oh my God. In the third quarter, no one could stop him. Not even Bam would have stopped him. He just feasted. And LeBron, 33 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. I didn't even notice he had those numbers. It didn't feel like that.
Just the flow was just Lakers were going.
Yeah, it was just all AD. And then you just look at the box score, huh? Hang on, LeBron's got 33, nearly a triple double. So finals MVP talk will be interesting.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's a pretty close race between LeBron and AD. I'd say it should be AD just because, you know, I think he's the key to the Lakers' success in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
series. And, both of the numbers are pretty equal. They're pretty, they're running rampant. So, like, either way,
They had literally have no answer.
the problem is Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, they're liabilities on the defensive end. There's no
Yeah.
other way to say it. They're just not defenders. No,
The switches get done and then LeBron runs through them.
exactly, and that's nothing against them. They're two quality players, but they're just not ready. They haven't got the experience to be an even effective defender, let alone a really good one. And they're already not good defenders. So it's unfortunate that Bam and Dragic went down because I
Yeah.
think those two players, if they weren't injured, I think the Heat would still have a chance.
Yeah. If they played the way they did today in game one, they it could have lost. It probably might have lost, but it wouldn't have been a blowout like that,
Yeah, true.
like it was in game one. No way.
It's just unfortunate that the injuries had to happen because it turned what potentially extremely
It could have been
interesting
an
series.
Yeah, it could have been a good series.
But now it's just going to be a cakewalk. I mean, because it's just the Heat. They beat our expectations so many times with
Yeah,
this core group of guys, and
it's just
it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
shame. It's an
Since
absolute
they
shame.
beat the Bucks, you're like, all right. Well, as Kevin Garnett said, anything's possible.
Yeah, but at this point, I mean, you look at today, even the role players like because there's no Dragic, there's no point guard that gives Rondo the drains Rondo's energy on the defensive end. You see
Speaking
Rondo,
of Rondo,
you see Rondo go out and get 16 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 or 4 from 3. He doesn't have to guard anyone on the defensive end.
and
So he can just go out there and source on the offensive
after he
end.
after he's hit his first couple of threes, the Heat still let him shoot.
It's
Like, understandably, like career-wise, he hasn't had the best shot.
No, he's never been a
But
shooter.
ever since he's been in the bubble,
I mean, he's been
he's
hitting them.
he's been smoking them. He's been
He's been
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah,
There's no reason to leave a league average shooter wide open because league average is pretty good. I mean, they're NBA players. They're going to be pretty good at it on average. And if he's hovering around that league average area, that's a respectable jump shot. Sure,
yeah, and he's
career
hitting
he
them
can't
consistently.
shoot. No, yeah, exactly.
Bubble Rondo is different.
So the fact that not having Dragic there means that the Lakers defense guards, they can, defend a lot easier. And with their ability to go over screens like they have been, they've been covering Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero off screens. And with their basic, zone or a quick two-man, like double team or whatever, or even just a 1-1 matchup, Hero is uncomfortable with the dribble. Kendrick Nunn's not even a very experienced ball handler. You watch Kendrick Nunn, he has the same tendency to want to go to his left hand all the time because he's left-handed. So they haven't got any super comfortable ball handlers at that point guard position. Rondo doesn't even have to really play defense. So he's just out there spending all of his energy on the offensive end, dominating. I mean, this was a dominant performance by him. He played great.
He was awesome off the bench as well.
Yeah, he's the perfect piece for this series for the Lakers.
Yeah. Lakers took 27 3-point attempts in the first half.
That's a big one.
That broke the record, I think. The way they moved that zone defense with the ball movement, just create open looks. But they didn't hit all of them. If they hit
I mean, they only shot 34% roughly, wasn't it? Was it 34%?
if they hit nearly half of them,
Yeah,
it would have been ugly.
They shot 34%. I mean, tonight, the Heat, Even though the field goal percentage was only slight, they shot 40% from three in contrast to 34%,
Yeah.
and they only missed what was it, 3 free throws out of 34 attempts.
Yeah.
And that's what kept them in the game ultimately. I mean, you look at the Lakers; they shot 58% from the
Yeah,
free throw
Lakers
line.
were hideous.
They just couldn't. They couldn't. If they were burying their free throws and their threes, I mean, it would have been another blowout like game one. So
Yeah.
the Lakers didn't even play like
As
at
well
their
as they
peak.
did game one. No way. AD probably played better.
Oh,
than he
AD
did.
was a freak. It just goes to show that without their big man in the middle on the defensive end, they're suffering too much. Because on the offensive end, it's not so bad because they've got Kelly Olynyk who, you know,
Oh, he had a game.
say what you want to say about him. He can't really rebound. He's not a great defender. He's not, but he can shoot the ball. He can play. He can score. Yeah. I mean, he had 24 tonight, 9 rebounds. He shot 56%. That's 9 of 16. 3 of 7 from 3. It's pretty good. It's not that their Heat's offense is lacking. I mean, it is with Hero and Duncan. You know, Duncan shot 28% tonight. Not very good, but like our previous criticism, when he didn't take enough shots, Snidey took 7 shots. He was much more active. It's not that the Heat can't score. It's just that they can't match the Lakers' production, and they can't defend the Lakers like they've been able to. And it's just really the Bam Adebayo injury and the Dragic injury. I mean, Dragic, people are saying there's reports saying he might be out. He is out.
They're doing another scan or something on his foot.
If he's got a tear in his foot, he's out.
He's got to be out.
My guess is he's ruled out for the series.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Bam might be coming game 3.
Bam might come back.
It won't save much.
If he hits someone on his shoulder, he's going to be out
gone
for another quarter, 2 quarters, maybe the rest of the series. He's going to be playing. He can play as hard as he wants, but because of the pain, he just can't play at maximum capacity.
Yeah.
You can try and play through it, but you'll never reach your maximum capacity with a serious injury, especially in a shoulder joint.
How about Jimmy Butler, huh?
I mean, Jimmy Butler.
He's a competitor.
He's a good player.
He would have 100% still been feeling something from that ankle.
Oh, for
from
sure.
game 1.
To the fact that
25 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists.
I mean,
13 assists would have come through because the offense was running through him rather than Dragic.
Mm-hmm.
And he just turned into a point guard and nearly got a triple-double. He was a beast.
Yeah, 12
Didn't even look
attempts.
injured.
I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, he's got a bad ankle and he still gets to the free throw line 6 times. So he's still playing hard. He only takes a 3-minute and 20-second break the whole game. He plays.
How many minutes did he play?
He played 44 minutes and 44 seconds.
Jesus.
He's out there almost all game, playing his heart out, and showing that again. The Heat's offense isn't the problem. That's not what they're suffering. It's their defense.
Yeah.
And with Jimmy having to do that much on the offensive end, you can see why LeBron goes 39-9.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to be in the modern era, especially with the amount of movement, how fast the game is. It's very difficult to be a superstar 2-way player all the time. So you see with Kawhi Leonard on the Clippers, his defense was much worse than it was on the Spurs because he's just asked to do a lot more.
The zone breakdown. AD and LeBron absolutely tore up that zone. They first played a man, and that was favoring AD because he was just shooting over Crowder, shooting over Myers Leonard, shooting over Olynyk. And it's like, all right, we need to get a zone going just to stop this guy. And what they did was they slipped behind the defense. Either AD or LeBron did it. So it'd be like a backdoor cut, Rondo to LeBron, backdoor cut, easy, on Duncan Robinson as usual. Or some possessions, either AD or LeBron would go into the high post and it'd just instantly draw 2 defenders at the top of the key onto LeBron or AD, and he'd just kick out for an open look at the 3. So that's how they just dismantled that zone pretty much.
The Heat didn't have any answers because they just don't have the tools that they need to pull off their game plan.
Also, rebounds killed the Heat. The offensive rebounds. AD got so many second chance points. LeBron got rebounds. They missed Bam bad.
They need Bam's. I mean, you saw
16-6 it was.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, you see in these conference finals, what did Bam average? 21, 11, and like 6 or 5 or something like that. I mean,
yeah.
He's effective on every aspect of the game. except
Yeah.
for effectively stretching the floor from deep. But he doesn't need to because he's got 4 other players around him to do that.
Hero had a better game.
Yeah,
17 points, 7 boards.
he had a better game. He was more efficient than he was. He took less shots, which
Less threes as well, which is a good sign.
yeah.
He didn't shoot 8 like he did game 1.
The only issue is he played 42 minutes,
Yeah.
and
But
and
with
he,
these injuries, minutes are going to increase.
exactly. And I'm not saying Hero playing more minutes is bad for the team, but I'm saying it's tough for a rookie to go out there in an NBA Finals and play almost the entire game.
Yeah.
And all in all, it's not going to be great in the long run for his health. I mean, we've seen what happens when you play a young player this much early on. Derrick Rose is a great example.
Yeah.
Keeping him in when it's unnecessary. The game's already over, and
They got a
he
taste of
goes
that
and
in game
tears
1.
himself. Exactly. They got a taste of that with Jimmy Butler. Funny enough, Derrick Rose's teammate back in the day when it happened.
Yeah.
But
Kendrick Nunn,
Kendrick
inefficient
Nunn,
night, but still put up 13, 4 boards and
he was
3
okay.
assists.
He went out there. He tried. I mean,
He made some nice shots
we
over
both
LeBron.
we both thought that he'd be starting from now on with
Yeah,
Dragic.
I was shocked.
But
I saw Hero start over him, and Hero's not naturally a point guard, is he?
no,
More of a shooting guard.
He's definitely more of a shooting guard, especially with the issue is Kendrick Nunn isn't either. That's the issue.
Yeah, they got no backup. PG.
There's literally nobody on their roster right now who can play point
But
guard.
I would have rather start Nunn over because he started more in the season.
I mean, Nunn started at point guard a lot this year. He's got a lot more experience.
Yeah,
And so you feel like you might want to stick with your guns, something that was proven to work in the regular season. It's worth giving a shot in the playoffs instead of experimenting. But
Yeah.
again, you're looking for a Hail Mary here. I mean, you need a Hail Mary to win this.
So to sum up this game, the Heat competed really well. Like it came back and forth. Lakers threw a couple haymakers, they responded, and AD just went rampant. That's pretty much sums up the game, and
Yeah.
probably going to sum up the series.
I mean,
I'd say with Dragic, if he's back, or Bam, they'd maybe get one game in.
maybe.
the
Obviously,
least.
Obviously, Dragic and Bam won't be full health.
No,
So
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't see the Heat going to 6 games.
The fairy tale is over, I believe.
I think I agree. Just real quick, we didn't think this deserved its own video because
Here we go.
it's such a joke.
It's
such a joke.
it's a
But
it's a
the-
piss take.
The rumor that Doc Rivers, now hired by the Sixers, wants to trade Ben Simmons for the LaMelo Ball Ben Simmons and Timberwolves with the first pick. I mean, Doc Rivers is a clown. He's a clown.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. The Sixers should fire him right away. I mean, Ben Simmons is the only player on that roster, I think, that could lead a 50-win team or a 60-win team to the finals. I don't think Joel Embiid doesn't show up a lot of games, isn't healthy a lot of the time.
Has a big fucking ego.
Acts like he really cares, has a huge ego, doesn't play like it. Oh, I get sore knees, I gotta, play a little. Okay, that's fine. But you can't go out there complaining when your team's not playing hard enough if you're not going to play at full capacity.
Yeah.
You got Ben Simmons going out there every night, giving it his all, both ends of the court. Sure, he's not comfortable shooting threes, and he's got to get over that. He's got to grow up, and just start shooting them. Because, everybody misses. I mean, just don't think about it. All the best shooters, like Reggie Miller would say, you don't think about the shot, you just put it up, yeah? You just don't think about it, just do it. And the fact that they want LaMelo Ball, who...
Why?
I mean, so you're trading away Ben Simmons for a smaller, not as good at passing, a little bit better at shooting and scoring version of him.
And
nowhere
Melo's
near as good at
withdrawn from the draft combine.
Exactly.
So his projection just get lower. He might drop a bit.
You don't even know what his physicals are going to be like. Why is he dropping out of the combine? Is it got anything to do with health? Could he be?
I reckon it's
sore?
something to do with his dad.
Might.
LeVar's got something to do with it.
Maybe, but I don't want to give Lamar too much power. I don't think he has much, but I just think this idea that Doc Rivers is going to trade Ben Simmons for LaMelo Ball. If it happens, Minnesota Timberwolves are going to be loving life.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have
Simmons, D'Lo, Cat.
Towns, and everyone's saying Cat. Apparently, Cat's already effectively out of Minnesota. That's a rumor going around. He doesn't
what?
well, somebody close to Anthony Towns says that although he's still playing there, he doesn't want to be there
Yeah.
anymore. But they haven't been winning. Fair enough. But even if Ben Simmons doesn't work, call it Phoenix Suns. I mean, I'm sure they'd
Jesus.
much rather Ben Simmons than LaMelo Ball for Devin Booker.
Oh yeah.
But that's just I just wanted to express my disappointment in Doc Rivers and this rumor. I hope it's not true, and even if it isn't true, whoever let this get out is now tarnished.
Is a clown.
They're a clown, and you've tarnished the relationship between Ben Simmons and Doc Rivers. An immediate speed bump and hurdle the first day of the job. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good. I don't think the Sixers are done. I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. I don't think they're gonna win a title with this team because they don't have any of the pieces. All their money. I mean, they gave
All
Al
their
Horford,
money is going to Tobias Harris, Al Horford.
They gave Al Horford a max contract when they already had Tobias Harris, who's a power forward, Joel Embiid, who's a center. That's already 35 plus minutes a game at each of those positions. What's Al going to play? It just doesn't make sense. It's just
Nah.
stupid.
Shambles.
I mean, I understand trying to get Al Horford away from the Celtics because he was really good at guarding Joel Embiid. He was the best at it at the time. But you're going to offer that bloke a max contract at his age, and you could just let him leave the Celtics. He would have left regardless. The Celtics had to go get Kemba Walker over re-signing Al Horford for a max fucking contract. So it just seemed like a needless move. They should have gone after they didn't even have to trade him. They should have tried to have kept Jimmy Butler
yeah.
and JJ Redick. I mean,
Imagine how they feel right now.
they didn't offer JJ Redick a contract.
No,
What are you
my God.
doing? He's the guy who stretched the floor the best for you. Averaged 16 a game. He's much more valuable than Al Horford. Anyway,
Anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in Game 3. Or if any other trade rumors pop up, we might make a video on that. But most likely we'll see you in Game 3.
yeah, and
Yeah.
check the description. We do some live streaming sometimes. Just a bit of fun. Drop by, say hi.